Привет. Hello, welcome to a new video. Cursive, but I've been practicing putting the letters together at least more. For example, that, or, I did not realize how close we were. But just connecting cursive words. So, oh, this is so weird. My handwriting is just beautiful. Wow, why would it do that? My handwriting is wonderful. Jesus Christ. There we go. That's at least something. I just write too fast to care how it looks. It looks better sometimes, trust. It just depends on what I'm writing. Koshki. That is way off. I remember how to write this. Oh, okay. Koshki or Kosh. Koshka. What is this monstrosity? See, it just slowly looks fancier and yet less fancy at the same time. The more you do it. Yep. If you really want, you can just do like a really dumb that. Yes, this is how all great Russian signatures look. I'm not wrong. If you look at some old Russian signatures, it's just a jumbled mess of this sometimes, and it's funny. So let's have a conversation. I write too fast, so I don't even know what I'm writing. That was really bad. How do I connect these two letters? Ooh. Something like that, I feel like. Oh, sure, okay. It's beautiful, okay. It's also slightly because this changes, thickness based on how fast I'm writing. I can change it so it doesn't do that, but, it looks better with it sometimes. Sometimes. Yeah, okay. That's one way to write it. Trust me, guys, they're the same thing. They're just, you can see the resemblance, right? Mine's just fancy. You can't handle how fancy it is. Yeah. You sure? I'm still okay. I have began to learn this as a way to write it instead of that. Honestly, I'd rather do this and only do this in signatures Oh wait, we can make it a jumbled mess too. Wow. Perfect. Yep, we're keeping that. Wonderful. Real question. How in the world do I do yisho? Yiyo. Yiyo. How do I do that? Something like this. How do I? How? I mean, it's like hard to get it good. I can do them separately, but connected? I know you just have to do this into this. But how do I do that where it looks good? So yeah, I really don't know how to make this look good. Jumbled mess. It's wonderful. Yes, I had to cut the recording. Anyways, this is probably the greatest yaw ever in reality. Yep. Actually, it doesn't look bad. It'd just be a really fancy way. And kind of looks like an entirely different letter. But never mind that. Okay. It is what it is. Signatures, though. Signatures. My legal name. Oh, well, actually, I probably shouldn't share that. Should I? No, not really. It's probably a bad idea. Here, a pseudonym. Here's the pseudonym. English? I can't spell it. Pseudonym. The pseudonym I use for music. Oh, that was way off. Oh, I failed slightly. And it's slightly angled. Here, we redo this. What? I did this like a bunch before to practice. Wow. I cannot write today. I just did this. Please give it to me. And then, I've opted for this way for my signature. For writing V. I've opted for doing it like this instead of my usual like this. Or wrong way. Like this is how I would usually write a capital V and a lowercase would be wrong. That's capital. Lowercase would be that. Lowercase will stay the same, but for signature, my signature, I am making that how I'm writing it because it's fancier. And then I can't write. It isn't what you think it is, guys. This is not uy. Do not be confused. This right here is not uy. This right here is my way of connecting V to I, because I didn't know how else to do it. How else am I expected to connect these two letters? Okay, I'm not doing it like this. So you're just gonna have to deal with it. Because it looks good, and yeah. Here's a pseudonym. Oh, wait, no, we haven't added the jumbled mess of characters. There you go. I didn't do a full one, though. If you want to do it right, it has to do an underline in the end. Okay. I didn't do it all the way. That works. We're gonna keep doing this until it works. No. We make signatures small. Make markers small. That is not small. That is small. A little bit bigger. It didn't go all the way. Just a little more. It kind of works. Actually, I'll leave it like that. Here's my complete signature, people. It's not bad. It's not as bad as a jumbled mess of letters as it could have been. It could have been a worse jumbled mess of letters, to be fair. So, I'm proud of this jumbled mess of squiggles. I will commemorate this with a box, I guess. I would like the box to be perfect, though. Like, perfect, like, thickness-wise. Oh, God. It's impossible. Like this. There you go. There. Signature. Or pseudonym signature. That doesn't look bad. Squiggle-wise, at least. So, yes. Feel happy. I sincerely hope this is really hard to pronounce for all Russians. I sincerely hope you struggle pronouncing this and reading it. Also, this. It looks like it could be It is in fact an M. This is in fact an M. And not a sh. So, I think that's pretty obvious. Because it's not, there's no little thingy. If there was a little thingy, I'd just do it like that instead. So I think that one's pretty obvious. This one's obvious what it is, okay? I also don't think this should be here. There needs to be a dash here also. No, stop. Give me my thickness ranging thing again. There. Should there be a thing here? I don't think so. That's the thing. I don't think I've ever written it with one of those. But, too late now. And yes, there is a hard sign here. Don't ask me why. I just put a hard sign there. And I wrote it slightly wrong. But that's okay. It's noticeably a hard sign. Trust. Okay, I'll fix it a little. I'll fix it. I'll fix it. I'll make this my greatest signature. Right there. There you go. Greatest signature I have done and ever will do. This needs to be memorated. Cannot put into words how great this signature is compared to everything else I've done. And how, Oh, and also I was so confused on how to connect this until I realized this little thingy existed for a reason. I just totally forgot. You put a line there. That's all it is. You just add a line. And that's how it does it. Oh my god, how do I change it so it doesn't do that every time? Settings? View settings. Settings. Okay. Help me. Typing. Handwriting. No. Please do not auto deselect my eraser. It deeply angers me. It is really annoying. But yeah, I've just been practicing connecting the letters. And also making this jumbled mess of, wonderfulness Russian signature. I am using this signature from now on. Also, yeah, fanciness, but I've seen people do some weird design aspects with Russian signatures. Other than jumbled messes. And I don't know why, but I saw someone do this. And it confused me. It was on top of an O, and it was this type shape. It's like a circle, basically. Basically just a circle. What does that, it looks something just like a circle, except more fancy, like that or something. I don't quite remember, but I was so confused. Because, it didn't quite make sense to me what they were going for. But I will just stick with writing it. Oh, yeah. Wonderful. Jumbled mess. Oh, I can't make it. Oh, guys, this might be the second greatest signature. Perfect. Then jumbled mess. Y'all. Second greatest. Oh, it's impossible to read. It's impossible to read. Messiest handwriting ever. Such an angle. There's such a slant. But it's wonderful and it's own way. Oh, God. That is certainly one way to write my name. Or any name. How do I do? Actually, yes, this is how it's meant to work. I was also confused on how to do a C. But then I realized this exists for a reason. It's just a line off the back. Yeah. No. I'll give you money if you guess that one. I'm joking about the money thing, but I will be very... If you can guess what this is, put it in the description. Not that anybody watches my videos anyways, but if you can guess what this signature is, what this name is, put it in the description, because it is a name. And, you know the first letter. Now you just gotta figure out what this is. By the way, it's a letter. It's one letter. This entire thing here is just one letter, but done with a lot of strokes. Done with way too many strokes. But yeah. Guess what this signature is? It's at such a slant. It's kind of funny, but it's perfect. Yeah, I will be waiting for my Russian teacher to tell me what they think this is, because you don't have a choice anymore. You must tell me what you think this name is, and because yes, it's not the same as this. It's certainly an entirely different name. Also, it has a weird spelling, but that's okay. just guess it in English if you must. Or how you think. I couldn't get. I didn't put. I replaced a z with a j. So yeah, that's the only hint you get. I replaced this with a j. At one given point where there should be a z, there's a j. That's the only hint you get, because that would confuse me too. So it'd be pronounced kind of funnily, but it's perfect, okay? That's it for today's video, Boca Boca. Thank you for watching.